One thing in life is I want to defy my centers or anything that gravity shifts, anything at position location, and understand that we come to levels of our body track interference. It's all about understanding what is a pessimist? What does that mean to you? What does it mean? What's it all about? Right? Why is it even here? Right? Well, the consumption line interference is nothing but ignorance. It's all position locations of everything that you complain about. You complain about everything is a pessimist. Do you want to be a pessimist? Okay, to that conditionalized system. Why would you want to be that? Be the change, right? That helps you out and always informs knowing you are connecting to the levels of you through travel. And this is all done through your position locations, right? Being a pessimist is nothing but an ignorance of you, right? Because it doesn't understand you through connections all levels. The physical line center is trapped in an interference location to its conditions, right? An optimist is all about change. You want to change things. You want to change the ignorance. You want to find the connections of its cause. It's very important to understand these things. And this is all done through the balance of its ego. How do I balance the ego? What is the ego? Well, the ego is not here anymore. It's the ecosystem which is connected to the avatar. The avatar is the balance of you, right? So it's very powerful how we come into that system. You have to ask yourself, do you want to be a person that basically just complains about everything? Or do you want to be change? You change your system inside, it changes everything outside. It doesn't matter what day it is. Everything has to change. Life has to change for you. Inflation changes. You change your clothes every single day, right? You don't wear the same clothes every single day. Maybe you wear it once or twice or three times, but you're constantly changing. Just think about that. Everything has a position location of a rundown. Now that's to understand how you change position locations of cars. Every day you change a different car. Oh, new battery. Oh, new alternator. Oh, new idle. You have to change everything. So we're in a position right now where we're coming into the avatar world. That's a huge change for everybody. So understand position locations back to zero through digital line interference. Everybody's back into that conditional location of space and how it's set up. Changing digital line centers locations. Zero gravity line centers into position 0.1111.01 is telepathy of change, right? So space doesn't set its position locations as a pessimist, doesn't understand anything about going that connections. It all does it goes in position going forward in life. Okay. Your negative cycles is you through perception. That's what you're living through your own TV perception. So every time you're changing the dial, you're going into the negative frame. You're putting out your system locations. You can change your position locations into light, or you go into the conditions of being all levels of not understanding what's going on, right? You can complain about everything. What's that going to do to everybody? You're going to put everybody in a bad example. You don't want to do that, position locations. You don't understand how powerful you are and what you have inside you. You are the universe inside. Let me say that again. You are the universe inside. You can answer any question you want, but are you willing to try? At least that. Trying is a good effort, but there's a lot more to it than that. It's understanding the operation of you through its avatar, right? So if you stop complaining and you start changing these things inside, your whole body comes into a higher level of vibration. The hardest thing to do is understand what is the positive system? What does positive mean to me? Why should I be positive when everybody else is miserable? Well, is everybody else miserable? Is that just you seeing through perception? It's a psychological interface here, guys. You have to truly understand how to use that through its conditions. So you can be a pessimist all you want, but all that's going to do is hurt you inside. If somebody walks the street and they say to themselves they have a great smile, and again, why are you smiling? Well, I feel like smiling. I don't need a reason to smile. I don't need to tell you otherwise why I need to smile. I want to smile because I feel like I want to smile. So everybody needs a reason. Why do you need a reason? Everybody wants to put themselves down. Why do you want to put yourself down? You want to live free. You want to do what you want to do. Go outside, right? Sing to the birds. Do things that you normally don't do. Go outside. Get in touch with Mother Nature. Take off your shoes and your socks. Blend in to the ground system. Really get in connections. Right? If you're not aware of scanning and systems, the rebellion and everything, Geo can help you out how to scan. I can show you how to scan. The avatar is in a position of change. It's not in the pessimist. It doesn't want to be a pessimist. That's youth perception. That's your reality. That's what you're creating. Okay? It only creates love and light, the abundance, and its position of surrender. It only creates everything it needs to understand is going forward in life. It doesn't go back. Your perception changes because you don't want to understand the conditions of vibration. But once you change the vibration inside, changes everything through its reality. You'd be amazed. Everybody that you have in your cycle changes their position. You put love and light to them, changes them right away. Right? Because you want to see the change in yourself will change them. That's how powerful you are. You have to know how powerful you are when you come into light. Because you can send light signals, you can send light codes, but nobody understands how to do that. They just rather be a pessimist. Right? Who wants to be a pessimist? Right? Because you're only doing that to yourself. You're not hurting humanity. You're only hurting yourself. So why do it? Be the change. Become the change. You are the change. That's how this works. That's how this life works. Right? Whether you like it or not, space and time is moving forward. The avatar system, gravitation line interference, back into zero locations, is now in a high position location of its gravity. Gravitational pull, interference locations, avatar system, operation to its conditions is in full cycle now. Full cycle. Spacecraft line centers all change position location to its conditions. So I thought today we would go through a digital line center, a time frame, time capacitor, and business locations of a pyramid. Everybody's going to travel through a pyramid. We got observation line centers and new viewers in the GFLs and the rebellion. So there's going to be 3 pyramids, 3 line center interference locations, set up, position, to its calculations. You're going to go through your bodies. You're going to see all the digital line center, how you're set up, program setting to its computer. It's pretty fascinating how you do these things to calculations, but you're actually going to see the digital graph of you. All right. So try and understand how you're calculating and modify. Right. Life is about going forward. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you see. It doesn't matter what you hear. Life goes forward. That's why we have 7 days of the week. You can't repeat a cycle. You can repeat a perception to its division, but you can't repeat a cycle, especially when it comes into space. You can change your karma cycles. You can get back on that wheel of the hamster and get really tired. I can't spin. I can't spin anymore. Why? Because it's my ego. So now what? Flops. Now what are you going to do? Get back on? Or are you going to go into the mind and say, you know what? I've had enough. I'm going to go into the mind. I'm going to change the wheel myself. It's going to come off and it's going to rotate on its own system. That's in controlling of youth, position, location of space. Telepathy has its signal locations when it comes into telekinesis. You have to learn how to do these things yourself, people, right? So stop being a pessimist. Be the change. All right, 5-10 minutes, we'll get started. All right, so how's everybody doing so far? Got confirmation from Amber, private sector, right after class, guys. Okay. Also setting up a new platform for anybody that wants to go Zoom 1 to 3, Monday to Friday, one-on-one. If you want to get into spiritual therapy, if you want to get, connections with you is all about humanity, understand their connections, right? And that's what it is. You guys are more division location, understand more youth to calculation. So just go through my email and let me know. And I can activate your system right there, going live. Helping humanity is helping yourself. And just think how wonderful it is when you start really mastering yourself inside in all levels and you're basically sending love to somebody and they come in and they turn around, they give you a smile. I say, well, thank you very much. You just made my day. It only takes one person to do these things, one person to make a person feel better. That changes all levels of everything inside that position, just in that one size graph system. Okay? So the more you control your body from inside, the more you understand the connection of change, you become the change. You come into the control. You come into the power. You come into the force. You come into the command of what you can do with your energies. It's the intent, the force, the will, the creation, and what you want to do with it to send it to its location. Right? It's all about you manifesting what you want. That's what this is. That's all this is. Right? And resetting you changes everything to that conditions. Really understanding you through your ground perception, how you see things through its awareness, people. Okay? So, Nikki, Michael, all right. Delana, how's it going? New people. Steph, Chris, Airbender, Michael, Rainer, Taryn, Beautiful Chaos, Sam, Gina. Just going through the list here. Jeanette's, Janice. All right, so basically, when we travel, make sure, again, setting the operationalized system is basically staying in your connections, okay? Don't get into all levels of chit-chatting. You have questions or comments, just really do that afterwards when I go on TikTok afterward. It's important you understand that because you come into more your frame, you come into more travel. The avatar has to recognize you first. You understand? When you go through my space and time, which is already created, okay, you have to find a way your creation that's set for you through space. And anything through time, framing of position locations of its conditions. All right. So make sure you have your water, make sure you have your structures. You have any other questions, let me know, but please ask afterwards, okay? You want to get into flow of everything that's going on with you. So. All right. Yeah. And Sarah, how's it going? All right. I will grab some water and I will be right back. Okay, water. Crucial because you're traveling. Even though you don't think you're traveling, that's another problem because you're not connected to your space. And that's why I have my school. Okay, because you have 100,000 line centers when you're activated. Everybody here is activated. Okay, that 100,000 line center gives you freedom in position locations, but you're in a very big energy bubble. And anything above that is sky surfacing. You're on your own. So you stay in the energy bubble, you're fine. Because that 100,000 line center is your track interference of expansion. You can go to higher levels of the brain interference and you can to higher position location of travel through direction of time. So it's trying to understand what you guys have to know through that connection. So I have to put my earplugs in because I'm all levels of computer. So especially when we travel, right? Even when I'm on my TikToks, I rarely take them out because you want to understand the position to its computer line interference, and it'll disrupt all your signal locations to your travels of space-time. All right, so I'm going to set 3 triangle line centers in position location. We're going to travel through all levels of space. All right, so setting up codes is very important to understand these things. And change is all done through you, which means that everything that I do is already set up, which means it's already done, right? That's what it is. It's the mind that's already set. It doesn't have to worry about anything because it's already stored, which is your cloud interface, guys. You have that. It's in your cloud, eCloud, iCloud. You have that in your MP3. Like I said, you can download 1,000 songs. That's its cloud. It stays in its storage. Well, you also have that in space. It's a big, humongous connection. It's a membrane, right? So it's a cloud that just circles and circles and circles and has all your information to that position location. See? See that? Just to get confirmation system. And that's everything how you communicate to your computer, knowing the computer's where you are right now in the current location. Where am I? I'm 36 million miles away, high line center interference locations into 30 line centers in position of point sys location geometry system. What does that mean through calculations? But you don't have to understand that because I know who I am through travel. All you have to understand is understand you through travel. Okay, it gets easier when you go through structure and flow. Get into the flow of you. Become the change. You are the change. Because if you go to the other side, now you're connected to a pessimist. You don't want that. Okay, because it changes everything through your body frame. It changes everything computer. It changes everything through light and position locations. It's not so much the dark center line center. It's all position of you, how you use your thoughts and how you want to go forward in life. Right? And like I said, every day is a different day. So think about that. That's change right there. You think you're living the same day, but you're not because you're getting up to a different day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then back again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Back again, back again, back again, back again. Going like this, windshield wiper, windshield wiper, windshield wiper. So that's a true understanding that every single day you're waking up to something new through your body. Your body's getting into a new travel. It's getting into new light. It's getting into a new program. It has to because it's a different day. That is change. Your grass system changes every single day. So how is that any way informed being a pessimist? The only way that can happen is if you allow it. Then you come into deception, deceitfulness, and corruption, and lies, and this, and that, and that, and this. And then you say to yourself, wow, I'm totally lost now. Right? You're the one that's lost, not everybody else. Everybody else has to figure themselves out. That's the only way you can see that. Go outside and look at nature in a different way. Right? Go talk to a stranger in a different way. You'll see a different response, all because of your vibration. Walk tall. Okay? Know how powerful you are with your energy and vibration. So where energy goes, energy flows. So if you change your vibration, you attract whoever's around you through sonar, scan, radar, detection, right? You have to be aware of these things every single day, right? So you want to be the change, the optimist. All right. And then you come into full cycle of locations of its avatar. Right? You don't become the avatar. You already are. You just don't remember. So let's not get that confused. All right. So we're going to go through the green line centers. Observation interference. This is a lower program line interference line position location to its connections. All right. Setup and signal location to its connections. All right. So it's going to have a box channel in high rotation and position location. All right. So I set up 3 triangle line centers. The GFLs are going to go through red. Okay. It's knowing how to set these up in position location to its connections. All right. And everything through rotation center is in its calculation. Now, it's interesting how that graphs the interference line position through calculations. It channels its high system to its position. All right. And everything through the rebellion is going to go through purple. So let me set up position locations to calculation. Travel position line centers. All right, so it's going to graph the interference and position to change connections. All right, so it's set up like this. Okay, this is the observers, this is the GFLs, and this is the rebellion in position locations. So when I set up the code signal locations, you're going to travel the high line center digital frame. You're going to see the calculations all graph line center space and what it is through track interference. It's going to show you how to set up new coloration patterns, interference channels, coloration program settings. It's all positioned to the avatar system. Okay. So the GFLs and the rebellion are already aware of this through its connections. All right. High signal line interference location, green line center interference line position, code signal locations at all levels, the observers. Get them in high position location that's all rotation line centers of space. All right. Code signal location to its connections. 3-line triangles in the fluctuation line center. Red circle line interference, pyramid activation line center, time capacitor line connections, travel direction of GFLs and position locations, travel their connection position of digital frame line position locations. High channel line centers of purple communication, triangle line centers, time capacitor locations, all levels of the rebellion. Set the quote system, location to positions, travel records of time, open up ground line center. Here's the ground line center. Into flux capacitor, into channel line operation, to position, to location. I channel its operation line center. All right, so we're going to go through 2-line channels and 4-line center rotation interference. Program setting position location to its calculations. Center op its system. Modify signal location to its connections. All right. Into here, in high connections, right? See? Flux capacitor is not just a Y-line center. When you go to higher levels, it comes into more. So it's an antenna that's set up position locations. It's going to highline channel. It's going to change position locations of the tip line centers of travel represent time location, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Set the core system, travel represent timeline. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. 40 minutes, have fun. It's amazing how you set these up through antenna. All right. So let me know what you guys are going through when you travel. All right. All through Signal. I'll be right back. All right. So how's everybody feeling? All right. So when you're traveling, try to get in the visionary system location to its connections. It's very powerful when you're traveling through my space time, all through a pyramid, all through a graph, all through illustration. Remember, it's all levels, and you see the intelligence of its connection. Because everything is travel. It's not what you draw, it's what you see. And provision. Provision is everything through calculations. Very powerful. All right, so let's see here. Where are we at? Holding pattern. Okay, no emotion. Merkaba, bottled ground ready. Merkaba booted this morning. Heart line center. Fields up, ready for duty. There you go. Thank you, Terry. Pre-flight check complete. Checking everything through after before you go through baseline connection and travel. So the thing is that the more you come into the avatar, the more you come into space of you. It's kind of like the understanding the quantum fields of you, the quantum mechanics, and how everything's set up through E equals MC squared, or how you travel through 3, 6, and 9. It's very powerful when you understand the 3 levels of the sun. What is the 3 levels of the sun? Past, present, and future. The sun. What is the 6 position locations of the moon? Programmed standard locations to you through calculations. And what does 9 represent to you to its location? It's understanding the travels of you through geometry system of travel location. It's amazing when you understand the operation and how it works inside through its avatar. And then when you get into your clocking, you get in your diamond core, northwest, south, and east. It's all in position northwest, south, and east. You have to learn how to travel in all position locations on your 100,000 point line center, the space that you have through an expansion. So it's kind of like you're in an energy field that's in a big, humongous compound. And you can do whatever you want. But that's only 100,000, right? When you stay in that position location of the energy fields, if you decide to go off the system, off the grid, now you're on your own. Now you're exposing yourself to space, and space becomes more bigger because it's the expansion. So it just wish you out to here, wish you out to there, because it's a higher level of acceleration of Mach. Time position to its location of where you are in your avatar of memory. So if you stay in your energetic bubble, you're fine. But if you try to go out the grids to position locations, you get lost in transition. So it's important to understand to get you in memory first of what the avatar is through division, right? Or you're going to stay in separation. You have to get into humility. You have to get into humbleness. You have to get into peace of mind. The mind, the collaboration line centers, and is exactly what it's doing every single time it's traveling through its condition. Okay, getting these things point across is all levels of you through change. Change of positions, change of vibrations, change of travel, change of structure, change your life, change your rhythm, change your patterns, change your color, change your lights, change your data, uplinks, downloads, upgrading system. It's all connected to you through the avatar. So, okay, where are we here? Portal opens, yeah, confirmed, arrival. Seeing a bright neon purple bridge or walkway, an entrance for us to go through. Giant, bright purple glowing pyramid until, I don't know. Sometimes I travel until it's all ready, done. Yeah, but that's exactly what it is, Alyssa. Knowing what you've already created, that's good. So your expansion of your mind is coming more into exploration. Okay, so it's all about understanding when you get up every morning, the brain frequency is changing your positions. As long as you stay in your heartline center and you understand more connections and you're getting out of the pessimist of your system location. When I say pessimist, I mean the ego, the connection. It's not the human aspect. It's the connection of its thought through its perception of what you perceive through all levels of a TV reception of you through calculation, which is nothing but awareness, right? So if you're aware of everything around you, they're aware of you from everything from inside you. Because remember, you're not just looking at everything around you. Okay, you're looking at everything from inside you. So that's a true understanding when you come into the resonance pattern, the communication cycle, the avatar beginning to its system is all memory, soul memory of all timelines that you've traveled. Right? It's just trying to grab this, trying to grab that, trying to grab here, trying to grab there, trying to understand the data, you know. So the more you come out of the track of 100,000 line center, it goes into higher positions. So it goes into 10 line centers. So it's 110, 120, 130. It goes in that position because that's where it's set up through space-time system to humanity. You're in a lock interference. You're back in binary reset location of 0 now. So you have that expansion. But the more you remember, the more you expand out. Okay? It's astronomical what space is, but it's all inside. You have the universe that's inside that's set for you. Right? Every single day it's set for you. So your thoughts are traveling in what? Different timelines, but you're in the center of all operation to the heart. The heart is the position, which basically centers and operates everything through its connection of travel. So, all right. Upon entering, I see a ton of data streams flowing with the walls of the inside of the pyramid. Well, there you go. See what Chris is saying? It's amazing when you go through upgrading system. When you get upgraded, you go to higher expansion of the brain centers, the brain interference, brain graph line connection. Understand what your brain is. Yes, it's 8 pounds of pressure, but it has a plasma. It looks like a sponge, but that's what it is. It's the most powerful thing. Your position location to its avatar, but so is everything else. Everything inside is equalized. It's all connected to all levels of you to one connection, which is one compilation, one graph. You're able to see 26,000 line position locations of perception just in one signal. One coloration, one light, one track, one clocking, one dimension, one time. So the more you get connected with the expansion of your memory, the more it expands out. Right? So it's all about you getting in the creation that's already created for you. Right? And then you start living the current location, which is it's now. So you come into the levels of being an optimist and no longer a pessimist. Because nobody wants to reside to that conditions and worry about these things. You can't change the weather outside because you don't know you from inside. You're connected to everything and anything, people. You're just not aware of that. But once you wake up from these things, it's very powerful when you come into all levels of you through force. Right? So. Glyphs on the walls of the pyramid. Yeah, let's see. Data streams are usually green, but I hear they're purple, creating bright purple, and that is what is creating the bright purple pyramid. Yeah, coming to that condition of coloration to its system. Yeah. Hey, Ty. How you doing? It's great to see you. Just traveling through pyramids right now. Just see your bats. Yeah. Coming to that position location is all level of navigation, making sure you know what you're doing with your guides. Seeing the purple pyramid, because they get you into structure and you follow up on that. All right. It's like stepping stones. Okay. Seeing the tracks of a bunny or a deer or a wolf, actual tracks, seeing the tracks, different footprints. Right. How does a deer walk? How does a bunny rabbit, a fox, a wolf? It's all tracking. Life is all tracking. It's all GPS. It's all a map. Your vessel's a map. Your whole life, existence is a map. Right? You have to truly understand how to use it through calculation, all levels of you. It's all coordinates. It's all position, location of space and time. You have to be aware of these things because everything is aware of you right away, as soon as you wake up. So you got to balance all frequencies of everything that you're doing because it's connecting to you. And that's why people don't understand the conditions of ringing ears. What is that? Oh, it won't stop ringing. It's getting louder. It's getting louder because you're ignoring. You're ignoring nature. You're ignoring the vibration. You're ignoring the frequencies and its energy of its harmonic resistance. Of course, it's going to be connected to that system. Very loud. It's going to keep sending signals until you pay attention. You don't become the avatar. You have the avatar to understand the connection, what it is, of memory, soul memory. And that's what this school provides. All right, it teaching you methods to remember who you are at the business locations. I don't teach you in any way and form. It's too complicated. You teach yourself to remember. That's what this school provides. And I have the space for you so you can get into understand how powerful it is when you travel through the mind of imagination. That's what it is. That's how you get into flow. That's how you get into structure. That's how you get into yin and yang of yourself. The balanced communications on the right and the balanced communications on the left. Right? That's all it is. Right, left. And then right, left, left, right. So it's all position of view. Everything is balance. It's how you perceive your system life cycles and how you get connected to the system. You can back force track centers, or you can go into force recognition time. Whatever you want to do, but it's always balance of view every single time you get up. Isn't that interesting? Even though you think you're going back force, it doesn't matter what you do through conditions. If you're a pessimist in that system location of its ego, every single time you see something, you have to realize it's moving forward. It's not moving back. It's moving forward. Space and time works for you, not against you. Okay? All right, let's see here. Codes clear in the data streams, ball, seeing the binary codes, hieroglyphics, legend codes, along with remains of train. Yeah, it's great. So you're way beyond that system. Yeah. Drink your water. Yes, it's very important. Seeing how the energy works, the antennas. Well, there you go, Terry. Something you learned today. All right. Seeing gold, cold, streaming, connecting into my heartline center. Venter large command center in front of inside the loop. Watery bluery. Sonar. That's beautiful. Okay, so good. So really concentrate on that. Get into the peace of mind and get into your imaginations. That's what everybody has to do. Okay. Getting back into who you are is all levels of the mind. So that's what you guys have to do. My inner child is okay, great. Explaining it to the guards still live through my heart is now. It gives you everything you need to understand. It's all connections to your avatar. What you need to do, what you're not doing, what you need to fix, what you need to connect to, what you need to do more of, right? Connect to the sun, moon, through heart. I see white light coming down to the connections and connecting to 0 point. There you go. Excellent. Semi, connect to the codes of the wall, merge with them. The whole pyramid collapsed. Now we just see a square of the pyramid and see. Awesome. Coming into code signals. That's what you want to do. The connection of hieroglyphics. Stream of gold codes coming from into my heart after walls collapse. That's floating above square floor parts. Upgrading by our scanner suite. Excellent. So you get new position locations. Okay. That's great. In confirmation of that system. Location upgrades. Amber, how you doing? Woo, 2 miles. Nice. Balancing new system rebooting. I love it when she just comes in here. She knows exactly what's going on. So I like with the rebellion. What are we doing today? Oh, okay, never mind. I got it. So that's why that's cool. Sitting there in the copper pyramid is quiet for a minute, settle new codes and upgrades. All right. System updated. Sitting there in the copper. Okay, action and interference. Checking heart, team, giggle, giggle, giggle. Excellent. So for the new members, really understand when you get into activation, you have to know how powerful it is to see yourself through imagination of illustration. Anything that you do through diagram is you travel. It's that simple. Everything that I do is me through me. It's not what I'm drawing. It's the travel, right? So
It will change.
It's the travel. That's all it is. It's you traveling. Okay? Don't see it as structure. Structure is the balance of you first. You get into the flow of yin and yang, and then you become the travel. You are the travel. I am traveling through this. You actually see yourself traveling through its imagination. Imagination is everything through creation, guys. Right? This is just an antenna. This is a flux capacitor, and it's going through 3 pyramids right now in different coloration of light. That's all it is. It's in different timelines, right? Set up for the new viewers, set up for position locations of the GFLs and everything through connections of the rebellion. It's amazing how you set everything through code. Traveling through it is another thing, right? Because you have to understand your position locations when you come into your timelines. So, showing you how powerful space-time is.
Hey, you can get these memories from outside.
I find silence is the key too. You know what you pick up from silence? Everything. They're saying, I don't hear anything. Well, you're not listening. What are you listening to? We have to understand that patience is a virtue. You ever hear that saying? Perseverance, never give up. You know, you really want to get into a level. So when you're traveling through the space of position locations of time, you have to surrender and become everything through its system. The connections, all levels of you is its avatar. Okay. You just have to learn how to travel through the levels of the foundations that's provided for you through school, which is 3, 6, and 9. It's very simple once you understand how to travel through that. Okay. The hard part is to understand what I'm doing through its travel, trying to get in position location, what I'm seeing. What does this do to me? It helps you and always informs through structure. So it's geometry system that's given to you through data coming from all planetary system and solar system locations. That's how powerful it is, right? Once you understand you are the avatar, you're not becoming the avatar, you are the avatar. So if you're waking up to these things and you're saying to yourself, I am that connections to its avatar, I wake up and I go to sleep as the avatar. Now you're connecting in the current location, which is the now. Okay. It gets a lot more easier if you understand the geometry of view of travel, the operation, the direction to its dimension, and where you're going through location. That's a true understanding, right? So new light language coming in. Great. I feel like I'm floating in water, but it's energy. Yeah, Amazing travel, infinity. Yeah. Because the thing is, too, is that the rebellion knows exactly what they're seeing because they're controlling their system of travel through their avatar, guys. So it's all about trusting you of what you're seeing. And you're becoming more aware of you from inside to all levels because it's the connections when you're going into rebooting, resetting, recalculating, redivisioning, realigning, readjusting, refocusing, right? It's all done through provision. So at nighttime, you're recharging your vessel. And when you close your eyes, you have to understand the control of you is space. Now I'm closing my eyes, but I know exactly what I'm seeing because I'm trusting me through the heart. If I don't trust my heart, I'm not in the position of its avatar. And this is where it comes into hesitation. This is where it comes into the think tank. And then you get really confused, right? But if you want to start off closing your eyes, that's good. But you always want to find a way to close your eyes and open your eyes and see the same thing, right? You close your eyes and you're seeing something, that's great. But if you open your eyes and it disappears, there's an off system right there. You're not fully connected to its reality, which is 1% of the physical system, which is 100% of the spiritual connection, right? That's the issue you have to grab. Okay, get in that position location to its ascension and what you're doing through all levels when you close your eyes, right? You should exactly see the same thing when you open your eyes. That's balance of you through space time. So when you come into that recognition and you created these things and your soul understands all timelines, okay, you come into the now. So when I close my eyes and I open my eyes, everything from inside comes out. What you've created and you know your soul and all levels of its heart, the body, the mind, and the conception of all level system, everything comes out and you start living the now system. All through hologram, all through energy, all through vibration, all through frequencies, all through harmonic resistance. And then you start really connecting. So it's kind of like a digitalized graph comes out of you. Everything that you created from inside comes outside and you start living through structure. Okay? And then you defy everything, no longer as a pessimist. Because you see the change, you become the change, you are the change. Right? That's the balance. So it's amazing how we do these things, all through calculation. All right, let's see here. Seeing 10 of memories being released, more Egyptian lifetimes, and seeing Hathor. Okay, great. It's amazing what pyramids can do to all levels of your binaries. Just show you how you can open up more of your memory system location to its connections. It's all connected to your all levels of your human resonance, right? To its connections, right? It's amazing what you can do through creation, guys. Right? It's all about balancing you to the right and the left hemisphere locations. Travel. Okay? The mind can be fierce, but controlled and balanced. The mind can be wild, but evasive and lost. It all depends on you where you want to set your limitations. Do you want to set your limitations to your body system, or you just want to get into the change of everything and become the balance of its system? It's all connected to you from inside. It's how you perceive your thoughts and where your thoughts are going through energy. Because you're transferring all levels of you from body connection, which is everything through energy attraction. So you attract everything that you do through your thought. All right? And the number one thing you got to do, which everybody knows, is put your E fields up. What's an E field? What's a force field? It's protecting you from everything from inside. It basically protects everything from outside coming at you. That's what it does to its connection, right? The avatar has to truly understand everything that's given to him or her in that position which holds everything to its heart system. So, all right. Horse and Rothoth now tell me it's time. It is time, isn't it? That's all we have is time. You just live on time. Problem is, you don't know what time it is. What time is it? I'm not talking about the time on the watch. I'm talking about time of space. Everything is set up for everybody, right? For the sun, for the moon, for humanity, for space, any of that connections, for intelligence, for other planets. Everything sequences on time, which is all done through what? Change. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Change is everything, right? The more you see the change of you, the more you change inside. Okay? So, hey, Jeanette, how you doing? So you're breaking down more. That's great. Pressure. That's excellent. Good for you. Okay, so I get confirmation to go to private sector. Any questions or comments, let me know. Anything else? The rebellion, the chief elves can help you. But I think it's all about helping yourself first, getting in a position location to understand you. Once you start the balance of you will be all levels of change. All right. So I'm going to take you guys out. High system. Can't have you guys in position locations. Waking up every single day. Now you're in a pyramid. Okay. Reset line center location of levels. Observation line centers, taking them pyramid interference line position location to its calculations. Take them out of high memory line center location to all levels of time capacitor. In position locations, reverse line interference location, code line center location of GFLs. Put them back in communication of program setting, back in communication location to its connection of the now system. In position location of rebellion, take them out of the track line center, the pyramid activation line center, all position location of the sun, track line center, position location to its connection. Done. All right, so you guys are out in position location to its connections. All right. Run a view back to your current location, which is your ground perception of where you are through your thoughts of the mind system. It's operated through the conditioned avatar. That's how powerful it is. When I set a drawing, it becomes a drawing. That drawing becomes you through travel. Now you have to understand, when your mind is set through code, you have to change it back because you start living the process of a pyramid. You become the pyramid. You are the pyramid. So you start seeing frame by frame by frame, but you're not in the current location because you're still in that connection to something else, which is all through program, a position location of space, all through a pyramid. All right. All right. So that was a lot of fun. Portals closed and all system locations. All right. I'll see you guys later. Adios.